Well, that didn't work. Oh, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this wonderful Saturday? I'm Squall Charleston. I'm your host for Shuukan TokuNet, the only Tokusatsu news stream on YouTube. What's up, everybody? How's everybody going? Did the video? Yeah, the video totally did not work. I have no idea. I was resetting everything up, trying to make it a little more accessible for our team to basically come on the show and talk with me and us about some of the topics of the week. So some things didn't quite fully work. If this is your first time with us, you'll notice at the top of the screen there is a link that's also down in the description. If you go to that, you can ask questions or comments that I will have time during the show to answer and go over those with everybody. So yeah, such a transition. I don't know. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, it's just not working. I had to move some stuff around, so that probably didn't help. But anyway, let's get this show on the road, shall we? All right, our first story of the week. Unfortunately, you guys may have heard about this one already. It was Go-Go 5's Kenji Shibata, who apparently now has been living with an incurable brain tumor. Thanks for the hair. So Kenji Shibata, who played Daimon Tatsumi, Go Yellow in the 1999 QQ Sentai Go-Go 5, which is Rescue Sentai Go-Go 5, was the subject of this week's episode of Bakuho the Friday, a weekly news magazine program. In this episode, it was revealed that he has an inoperable brain tumor. Shibata was considered one of the more popular members of the show's cast and was a hit among housewives at the time, but he inexplicably vanished from the entertainment world almost immediately as the series ended. Shibata revealed that some of his symptoms appeared towards the end of his time in the series, like his right hand would often shake uncontrollably, and he felt discomfort in his right eye and suffered from double vision. Examination revealed that he had this brain tumor, and the tumor was centralized in the area where various parts of the nervous systems meet, meaning it cannot and probably should not be removed. Shibata has undergone 5 surgeries to help ease some of these symptoms. But as a result of the tumor's progression, Shibata now lives with paralysis on the right side of his body. And he's also found to have osteonecrosis, I haven't said that one out loud before, of the femoral head, which deals with the interruption of blood flow to his bones. And due to this, his bones eventually become fractured, and he actually lost some of his major hip function. He had some artificial joints placed in, and unfortunately, because of that, he has to live with regular pain in the hips and has to even use a walker to get around. Like, I don't think anybody outside of the immediate cast and crew that worked with him maybe even knew about this. Like, it's a huge shocker. So being featured on this show was the first time the entire cast was reunited in 18 years, with Shibata saying it because he thought of them as his real siblings and didn't want them to see him suffering and being afraid of death. Shibata is currently an assistant teacher at the nursery and is pursuing his own teaching license. At this reunion, everybody that basically was on the show, the main cast, Ryuichiro Nishioka, who played Go Red, mentioned that it's difficult to enjoy their 20th anniversary in the way other Sentai are enjoying their 10th anniversary because of his condition, and he hasn't been around. And it's because Go-Go 5 is 5 people, so it's hard, to kind of come back together, and there's only the 4 of them. But there's some more stuff on our site, some more insights, and there are some videos of the broadcast floating around on Twitter too. Very powerful to see. You can tell, these guys spent more than a year together, like they're family, and this is super hard for everybody to go through. So if everybody could give their best wishes towards Shibata and the rest of the cast, it's really sad. It's really sad, but it happens. All right, let's continue on. Let's move on. So Ultraman Gede passes the torch in the grand finale. So this event served as the grand finale to Gede's time as the current representative of the franchise, and each star was asked about their thoughts and their time as part of Ultraman over the last year and a half. Also appearing at this event were the stars of the newest Ultraman show, Ultraman R/B, Yuya Hirata and Yosuke Koike. They appeared alongside with their transformed counterparts. Hamada, who was the main character, said that he was happy to now have become a senior Ultraman and spoke to the newest stars of the Ultra series, telling them that family is an important thing and hoping they engrave the feelings of brotherhood on their chests, saying he'll support them from now on. The two stars of Ultraman Gede also gave their successors surprise gifts. So if you remember, just like Hamada received an autographed copy of Guy Kurenai's trademark black jacket, when he took over, Hamada gave the incoming stars an autographed version of his jean jacket. So I was kind of keeping that tradition alive. Yuya Hirata was given a chance to speak, and he said that he was delighted to be at the grand finale and that feeling the love of Ultraman has given him something to hold tight. Yosuke Koike said, "I'm happy, but I'm also speechless at the moment. Everyone has such a passionate feeling for Ultraman Gede, and I look forward to how we're accepted. Excuse me. I'm a little bit worried, but I hope you'll enjoy us as Ultraman R/B." All four actors then transformed on stage with their Ultraman appearing before them. You can read more about some of the words that they said during this event over on our website, tokusatsunetwork.com. All right, let's jump into this a little bit early. It's everybody's favorite. Who's that Shuukan? So, who is that? Who could that be? All right, let's go over to some questions here. All right. Let's see. What mecha in recent Sentai shows about the last 5 years was my favorite? I actually saw this question a little bit earlier, so I got my my guy ready. I know, well, look at the the green gets totally keyed out. I know people don't really appreciate Tokyuger as much, but I really like mechs that come from real objects, like the trains, obviously. And it looks clunky. It looks kind of bad, but like it has a utility. Like it has like a natural look and feel to it. Like this should be how like a giant robot looks and acts and feels. And if it's a little bulky, it's a little bulky. But I really liked that one. I liked Ninjers at first because it had the guy in the cockpit, which I don't know. I thought that was cute. I thought that was fun. But yeah, I'm not a big fan too much of the Lupin and Pato Rangers. The Q Rangers, I bought the toy and I looked at it more and more, and I just didn't like it the more I looked at it and played with it. Yeah. Well, hey, there's Tom. Hey, Tom. Let me just make sure that you're not muted. So yeah, that one's one of my favorites. I don't know if Tom can speak at all, if he has any favorite mecha from the recent Sentai shows from the last 5 years. Let's see, what else do we got? Now, with Saban Brands no longer owning Power Rangers, is there a possibility for a Power Rangers
Hi,
series?
guys.
Oh, hey, Tom. Just going to turn you down a little bit. How's it going? Oh. I don't know if he's free to talk or anything, but he's there if he needs him. So with Saban Brands no longer owning Power Rangers, is there a possibility to see a Power Ranger series featuring Lord Draken? I don't think so. I think that this is going to probably stay towards the comics. I think it'd be really nice if at the end of Ninja Super Steel or Super Ninja Steel or whatever the hell it's called, they have maybe touch on that. That could be like how they do like sort of their 25th anniversary is that crossover, but I don't think Lord Draken's going to be hanging around too much. And let's do one more. Can we see an American version of Kamen Rider on a Hollywood motion picture like Power Rangers movie? Again, I think this comes down to rights. Also, I don't know how successful it would be. I think an Ultraman movie would do a lot more successfully over here than a Kamen Rider one. But I would love to see a Kamen Rider Hollywood movie, as bad as it sounds. But that's probably one of the reasons why we haven't, is just who wants to pay for it to make it and produce it, and then what is the marketplace for that. But yeah. So let's see. Did anybody say? Oh yeah, Momotaros. It's Momotaros. Ori Sanjo. You guys are absolutely right. It is everybody's favorite Imagine. Well, at least my favorite Imagine, which most people's favorite Imagine. Momotaros. All right. Let's move on. Ultraman Zero Beyond SH Figuarts listed for November release. Oh, Tom, can you hear me? Maybe I didn't have my mic on. Now, this figure is an accurate representation of the special form used by Ultraman Zero in the 2017 series Ultraman Gede. It's listed as being 150 cm in height and comes with 5 wrist types as well as 2 color timers. Also included are the 2 Zero twin sword pieces, which can be joined together to form a larger blade and effects parts for each piece. The figure is currently scheduled to ship in November and is set to cost 5,940 Japanese yen. And orders on this figure are opened as of today. I believe when this was posted was yesterday. So they're open. If you guys want to get on that. I don't know how successful the Ultraman SH Figuart line is, but this one looks really cool and really slick. And you can check out some more photos on our site. Hey Tom, sorry I didn't have my mic on.
There we go. I think we're synced up now. I think.
Yeah. So I have 2 mics. I have the show mic, and then I have my headset mic for like when I talk to you guys. So I just want to make sure that like you can hear me in real time.
I can hear you now. Hello everybody. Sorry for the little mix up though.
No worries. Welcome. How's your day going?
It's 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I haven't really done anything of note yet.
Sounds like the beginning of a song. Let me go back to this question real quick. What mecha in recent Sentai shows from the last 5 years was your favorite?
I really like the Giganto from Kyoryuger. No, what's the song?
How late was it introduced in Kyoryuger or Kyoryuger? Or did you say Kyuranger?
No, in Kyoryuger.
Kyoryuger, okay.
Giganto. Because I'm in the recording of that in the song, which randomly. Because
Gotcha.
they filmed us on set. They got a group of us to shout like Giganto, and then they put it into the actual song.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that's the only reason I like that.
Like your voice is in that song then?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's just a random. Because you said Mecha, and I was like, "What Mecha? Oh yeah, yeah. I do like that one. It's got a really good introduction, that one. Because it's the one that fits all of the.
Did you see me playing with my Tokyo?
I did see you.
It gets keyed out because of the green. Oh, poor whatever his name is, Hikari.
Oh, poor Hikari.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Power Morphicon exclusive black and gold Funko Pop Megazord revealed. So earlier this week, Power Morphicon announced on their website that attendees will have the chance to collect a variant colored black and gold Megazord by Funko Pop made exclusively for the event. So starting on June 25th, they'll have a limited amount of pre-sales for both non-attending and attending memberships, limit 1 per paid membership. Designed after the first Megazord for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, each black and gold Megazord Pop will go for $25, with a special protector for the figure looks like being sold for $5 each. The rest will be available in set amounts along with any remaining copies of the previously announced exclusive Lord Draken figure each day of the convention. That thing's going to go easily for more than $25. So if you guys are attending or not attending, I would definitely jump on that. That looks spicy. Yeah. I'm not a big fan.
I imagine that's going to go straight away. Those
Yeah.
exclusives always sell out quick.
Yeah, like I'm attending Power Morphicon this year, and I bought the pass that came with 4 Draken figures just because I had the extra money, and I was like, if it's $50 per figure, they're probably going to sell for at least 100. So I might as well keep one for myself, and then if anybody else needs one or wants one, like they can get a hold of me. But yeah, I had the extra cash when I was like getting my pass, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. YOLO, as the kids say. All right, let's do.
As the kids say.
Let's
quite
do
a few
one.
people were saying hello to me in the chat, so I'm going to say hello back. Hello, everybody. I'm British. I don't know if you can tell, Adam.
Yeah, you get all the love. Everybody's just
I'm
like,
from London. I'm from London.
London is your city.
Everyone always thinks I'm American here.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I've heard every excuse possible. They're like, you don't look European. You're so white.
It's because you
They're
got
like,
great teeth. It's because, you know.
but then they always say to me, "Oh yeah, we can't tell white people apart. Like you guys can't tell Asians apart." Suppose that's kind of true.
Hmm. We're kind of at the end of the show here, but we can answer some more questions if you want. We got another, who's that Shukuman? This is one of my favorite photos.
I don't, I don't know the answer to this one at all.
You'll see this in a second. Are you caught up on Lupin and Pat?
No, but I generally get spoiled it on Twitter anyway.
Well, we can answer this question at least. I haven't actually caught up myself, but which is better, Lupin X or Pataran X? Just based on like what you've seen.
Uh, I have actually watched the fight scenes already.
You have watched the fight scenes or haven't?
I have watched the fight scenes. I'm
I
just trying
haven't
to
even
decide
watched
which
that.
ones I like.
Ew.
Alright, suit design wise, probably
Do you like the cape or no
silver.
cape?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I like the cape,
Hmm.
so I kind of want to go with the cape. But I mean, that guy is. I mean, that is not a stunt double. Like when he's in human form, that is him jumping around.
Yeah, because he did like the Naruto live shows, and he's
Oh,
very
really?
acrobatic. Yeah. The
Yeah,
actor that plays Noel is his name.
Noel, yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'm not
super
sure how they pronounce
acrobatic.
the show.
Like you go to his
Yeah, if you-
Instagram, and I'm following him, and like everything
Yeah,
is
me
just a
too,
video of
me
him like
too.
flipping and stuff, and I'm like, whoa.
I've sent that to so many people, like follow his Instagram because that guy's the real deal.
Yeah. Do you think that he like sort of like looking at like Sentai and Kamen Rider like popularity, like do you think like he could project kind of past that? I almost think like going from like Naruto in live action to like Sentai is almost like kind of backtrack a little bit. Like I feel like it's more common to do like a Sentai and then to go and be like come like an anime character in like a movie or a live show like Gentaro from Force.
Well, a lot of Prince of Tennis, the musical actors have gone on to do Rider,
Oh, okay.
and we're talking like 10 to 15 different actors have done it before. Yeah, it's like
Jeez.
the picking ground
Hmm.
for who they want to be the next Rider.
Gotcha.
So it can go either way.
Here's a fun, interesting question. Try to answer this one to the best of your ability. But why Tokusatsu not so popular in United States? If I'm gonna answer this accurately, I think it's because of Power Rangers. Quite honestly, like that was our first foray into it, and it was at such a common denominator for like the audience and the retention of the audience that looking at Tokusatsu, which sometimes can have very deep significance with like the characters or the stories or like just like do more in like a time. Like you look at Power Rangers and it takes them like 3 years to make 2 seasons of 20 episodes, but like Super Sentai Kamen Rider have like 50 episodes every year. Like I don't know, I just think people like view it as this because that's what they were first exposed to without giving it a fair benefit of the doubt or like, you know, a chance. I don't know. And a lot of people here, like a lot of people like complain about having to read subtitles. Like I have a lot of friends that prefer dubs over subs. And I'm like, but it sounds so much better because like you can't hear how maybe bad the actors are when they like are doing the voices or whatever, you know?
That is one advantage to not knowing the language of something you're watching. You can't tell generally how bad some of the acting is because there's some bad acting. It's a lot of people's first jobs, so it's kind of it's passable, but still. I read this really interesting article about Netflix because they've started getting European shows onto Netflix and distributing it around the world. And there's is it Swedish? God, where is it from? There's a show called Rain, and
okay.
you're on Netflix, which is pretty good if you like sci-fi, post-apocalyptic kind of shows. And what Netflix does is they put the English audio on by default, the English dubbing, and 60% of people never change it
Oh.
because they put it on by default. Nobody changes it. 60%, and we're not even we're talking like testing or whatever. They just leave it on. But that particular show, they got the original actors to dub
Oh,
their
that's
own
kind of
lines
neat.
in English because they could they're all young teenagers. They could speak English anyway.
Hmm.
That's a good show if anyone's looking for something to watch on Netflix. It's like 6 episodes.
It like I still love, and I think I've talked about it on the show before, is the idea that like for instance, Tokusou Sentai Dekorenja went from Japan originally to the America for adaptation as Power Rangers SPD. And that season was so like groundbreaking for different reasons because Disney had it and they really kind of gave it their all, that it was so popular that it went back to Japan and then got redubbed in Japanese by the original cast of Deca Ranger, which is just, if you think of like the order of operations, like that's just like a fun little brain teaser of like,
It is really weird how it all kind of circles, isn't it? And
Mhm.
then obviously Deca Red appears in Akiba Ranger
Yep.
as himself doing a Power Rangers talk
Yeah.
show. And then in Deca Ranger versus Space Squad, the actual Deca Red thanks says that he said he's paying back the favor that he did in Akiba Ranger
Uh,
of pretending that he was at the Power Ranger convention or something.
oh, that's best.
It's a really weird circle.
I had a friend and we were going to adapt Akiba Ranger as sort of like a Power Ranger thing, like where we would film around the footage. And we were going to have like the main character, the red character, be like a Tokusatsu fanboy. And then everybody else that kind of comes into it to fight like blue and yellow would only know of it as Power Rangers. Yellow maybe knowing a little bit more. And so like his favorite character was going to be Bonbon from Deca Ranger. And so like when Bonbon shows up and he takes his helmet off, it would be Jack Landers from SPD. I don't know if it's just a funny joke to me or not, but he would be like the American version and he'd be like, this isn't what I asked for. If YouTube was not here, where would you be? That is a good question. Because I know if we wanted to stream, we could easily do it on Twitch as like a news or like an IRL. But like Tom, you're in command of like the YouTube space here for the Tokusatsu network. So if YouTube wasn't a thing, how would you make like video content? Like where would you put it? Is that a loaded question?
Never really thought about that. Maybe you put it on Facebook. And then, have it like you wouldn't believe
Mm-hmm.
something happens. Just try and make really bad
All caps.
videos like that. All caps, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with YouTube at the moment, to be honest. To think of another website is a bit of a headache.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, like, before I came into the picture, a lot of it was like factual videos, interviews, and we've kind of like tried to see like where we can grow it now that we did like the weekly news roundup and then this is kind of a fun little foray into stuff that we put up on the site, and then we are able to basically present it to you guys, and you guys all come out, and it's kind of like a fun little community builder, which those videos sometimes, kind of hit or miss will do that. But yeah,
A bit of fun now and then is okay as well.
I think it'd be cool if like there was a way that we could like host videos on our site, so they would have to like come specifically to our site, like a Yahoo or MSN or like some other news site like that where they have on-site hosting. I don't know. Maybe we're getting too technical.
Like part of the 10-year plan, maybe.
Yeah, I know that would cost that would be a crazy overhaul. But anyway, let's get back to this. So, who's that Shuukan? Do you know which one this is, Tom?
I haven't got a clue.
This is.
Did anyone guess it right in chat?
Let me scroll through real quick. Let me see. So people said Momotaros in the beginning. Kamen Rider Zeo. Doesn't look like anybody guessed it right. It is Yotaro with Momotaros possessing him. I was gonna do like a whole Momotaros episode, like where I would have like Kamen Rider Den-O sword form, and then this was gonna be the final one. But I thought what gave it away was the guy in the red jumpsuit in the tree, because that's my favorite part from the episode, is when he just like takes one of the bullies and tosses him into a tree, and he's just passed out for the whole duration of the fight scene in the tree. Oh man.
pretty obscure, that one.
Yeah, yeah. I give him an easy one, and then I give him a hard one. So there's that hard one. But anyway, that's our show for the week. We didn't have too many big groundbreaking stories other than some of the ones at the beginning with Ultraman and of course Go-Go 5's reunion on a kind of somber tone. Do you have anything to say about those or anything you want to add?
I started to watch the TV show last night about Go-Go 5.
Yeah, I saw a
and
couple
watched
clips from it.
I watched the first 2 minutes just before going to bed, and I was like, nope, no.
Too
No, I
much?
can't watch. It's too much to watch right now. So I'm going to watch that at some point today.
It's like, because Shout Factory just released Go-Go 5 on DVD as well.
So a lot of people are just watching Go-Go 5 for the first time at the moment.
Yeah, and Yellow's like, I think Yellow's my favorite character in that season too. Like, I watched it a long time ago and I don't quite remember it at all, but I remember really liking his portrayal and like his sort of addition to the team, which is something that you don't really see too often. But
Immortal Red Fox, you are very late.
yeah, sorry, we're closing up shop here. But I just want to say thank you as always for watching, and be sure to visit our website at thetokusatsunetwork.com. Tokusatsунetwork.com, where we have more information, photos, and videos on these stories and more. Some a little more obscure ones, like if some Toku alum gets like cast in like an anime show or like something else is coming up. We have a lot more over there. So that is our show. If you guys are just tuning in, if you guys aren't already part of our Discord, there is a link for that down in the description. Discord's kind of a way, if you're not familiar, it's sort of a way that we can sort of have like an online forum in this app, and you can like, log into a bunch of these different channels and hang out with a bunch of like-minded people who love Tokusatsu or don't like Tokusatsu, and you guys can like agree and argue about that kind of stuff. But we're fostering this sort of place for everybody to meet up. So if you guys aren't a part of that, click on that link down there, make a Discord. If you have one already, just head on over. We've got plenty of fun channels. We do some watch togethers. We'll load up like a rabbit and we'll watch some episodes or something together. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys aren't there, you're missing out. Anyway, any last words, Tom?
Hopefully this week we'll be releasing the first episode of our revisiting series.
Yes.
Where we re-watch Heisei Kamen Rider movies from the very beginning. So we'll be starting with Kamen Rider Agito Project G4.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And it's to see how our opinions may have changed since we first watched it. And for me, I think I first watched it like 12 years ago, and I probably haven't watched it since.
So you watch it and then you like talk about them.
Yeah, so it's me and Cooney, and we just sit for 30 minutes and just talk about the movie. And we also talk about facts about the movie and why certain things are the way they are. So
did you know?
It's not... Yeah. It's not a review. It's not
Yeah.
really a review. It's just us talking about it. And so I think people might like the format that we're going with. So please keep an eye open.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I've seen that movie for like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 years now. I watched all Agito in like literally like a drunken weekend where I was like, I couldn't do anything. I was bedridden, and I was just like, I think it was like when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I watched all of Agito and all of Hibiki in like 4 days. I had nothing to do, so I don't remember those series very well. I should revisit those as well. But anyway, thank you guys as always for coming and hanging out on Shuukan TokuNet, the best place on YouTube and online for all Tokusatsu news. I was your host, Squall Charleston, and thanks for coming on, Tom. What do you think of the new format with like this kind of where anybody on the team can jump in? I think they're all kind of scared to jump in.
I think they are a little bit scared, but they're also recording a podcast at the moment, so they
I see that.
have time to jump in.
There's like 5 or 6 of them in there, and I'm just like want to like drag them in. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm looking at the lists as well. Like, come on, just for a minute. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Maybe we can do something later.
Hopefully. All right. Well, hey, have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you same time, same place next week at 6 p.m. PST here on YouTube on the Tokusatsu Network. Bye-bye. I'll see you on the flippy flip. How many more sign-offs can I have?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.